audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Loveline, coast to coast.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Homegrown is our guest tonight. Dan is in studio along with John, and then Adam and Darren are going to come in, and we're going to do the round-robin thing in the next hour, right?
Correct.
All right. Lean up on those mics, guys. King of Pop. I should say Kings of Pop is the name of the new CD, and we're going to hear something off of that real soon, like in this first 20-minute break somewhere. And the guys are on the Warp Tour. Just had the Bosstones in here talking about the Warp Tour. So how'd it go today over at the Coliseum?
It went really well. Really good. It was really hot. I mean, we've been on the Warp Tour for the past 3 weeks. We played the Midwest, and it was just really horrible, miserable out there.
The heat.
So.
Yeah.
The heat.
This wasn't miserable here today?
No, it's actually pretty cool today.
What?
I mean, we've actually, our blood's thinned out a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What time were you guys out on stage today?
We played at 5:35.
All right, it was cooling down.
No, sun's starting to go down. But, the Bosstones were out there at 12:30. And
Really?
No, I don't know. I'm just assuming they went on 5 hours before they went out. They're all wearing those gabardine suits and sweating their asses off. But, so how was the set today? How'd it go?
It was really good because this is our hometown. We're from, well, it's not really our hometown. It's like Orange County. That's where we're from. But it was really fun.
Did a lot of people come out to support you?
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, I was a little intoxicated at the time, but
you help. I see. I mean, does it really? I see. That's what I love about music. I think you can do it loaded as good as you can do it sober, maybe better.
I actually think I play better when I'm loaded.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, the drums. I mean, for sure, the drums, you got to be able to play better with a few beers in you or a nice bong load. But no, I'm serious. Like I've done this radio show high, and I've done this radio show drunk, and I've done the show high and drunk. And it's difficult. It's difficult. You got to remember callers' names, and you get really.
You might ask how the set was in the Warp Tour 3 times.
Yeah, I might ask how the set was.
Like you did tonight.
I didn't ask how it was 3 times.
Did he not ask you twice?
Yeah, he asked us twice. You high right now?
Maybe
that's what I'm suggesting.
Maybe I'm high.
You're best on Vicodin.
Vicodin. That's when I really come alive.
Shine,
when I shine. Yeah, my whole reel is made up of nothing but Vicodin calls. All right, I asked that twice, huh? All right, I took a nap tonight, and I napped until about 9:20.
Oh,
so I just popped up a little disoriented and had that start moving toward the door feeling.
No, that's a problem for you.
It's where I'm feeling for stuff like wallet and keys and phones and stuff.
The first thought upon awakening, is it morning or is it night?
Yeah, I don't know. It's dark. It seems kind of hot. I hope I didn't miss the show. I'm going to start heading toward the door. That was, but don't worry. I start coming alive around
11:30,
11:40, 11:45. Yeah, somewhere in that time. So don't worry. When the guys from the band come in,
the other
band members come in, I will just be hitting my stride, man. And you guys will be sitting on that sofa enjoying me.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Let's go back to the phones and speak to Deborah, who's 22. Deborah?
Hello.
Hey, Deborah.
How you doing?
What's going on there?
Oh, let's see here. I'll start from the beginning. I've been in a relationship with a 31-year-old for 2 years, and the last year and a half of our relationship, we've been swingers and very open sexually. And recently...
How did that come about, by the way? How did that sort of start happening?
I expressed to him that I was interested in females.
So you're maybe lesbian, huh?
I'm bisexual, definitely open.
Mm-hmm. All
right.
Open.
Yes. But anyways...
let me just say this, make this comment. People have now taken sort of sexuality and turned it into how people view race, which is... hey, I like black, I like white, I like Chicano. Hey, I'm an open person, and it's sort of the same thing. Like, hey, I like guys, I like dudes, I like goats. I'm non-judgmental. They turn it in. They take their sort of sexual confusion and ambivalence and turn it into them being a little more progressive.
Yeah, they got a rap about it.
Yeah. And
I'm not sure about the blacks.
Yeah, it's not like that.
No,
it really isn't.
Like
It usually means you're a little screwed up.
All right.
But go ahead, Deborah.
He's actually African American and I'm white, so.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I knew it.
I'm not sure about the blacks.
But anyways, the thing is that I'm having a problem with. I mean, I know you guys aren't psychologists, but this last relationship that we've been with another couple, it's like recently all of a sudden he's gotten really jealous of it. And it's like anytime I want to go out with them, even to like dinner or to the bar or anything.
Are you normally with the woman?
Both of them.
But have you shown more interest in the guy this time?
Not really. I mean, like the last time we were together, we kind of just swapped and things like that. But there was one time where he was working. I called him. They had invited me to go to their cabin. And I called him at work and I said, honey, what do you think about this? And he said, well, go ahead and go. You know, he goes, I know you're going to have fun regardless. And I went and I came back late. So I don't know if he's like not trusting me or what exactly it is, but
the cabin must have been great. Some fishing, some canoeing, some sodomy. Must have been a great time convening with nature.
Well, help me understand this whole concept of trust. What?
Yeah. Hey, there's lipstick on your collar. What the hell? You smell like Aqua Velva, bitch. What happened? He's seen the guy bone you, right?
Right. What
are you worried about?
What is it you got into that violated his trust?
That's the whole thing. Is I have no idea, and usually we can communicate to each other.
Is it that he has to be present? Is that what the sort of requirement is of this business?
Well, normally, I mean, as long as we agree on things, it's okay. You know, as long as we can talk about it, and it's like whatever we both agree upon.
That was a non-answer.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you this, Deborah.
Yes.
Your husband's black. Does he have a large
boyfriend?
His boyfriend. Does he have a large penis?
Adequate. Not the largest I've ever had, which was from a white man.
For me, that would be a deal breaker in the swinging.
Okay.
If you felt inferior?
Yeah, I would not. I would not want my little chapstick popping out and have this guy haul this big
tennis ball can,
big fire log out of his pants. You know, big Pine Mountain log out of his pants, and I'm just sitting there and. My girlfriend and his chick are both trying to wrangle it, but it's too much for both of them, and I'm just sitting there beating off with 2 fingers and using tears for lubricant. I would not go for that, and I would. That's why it would be tough if I saw a black man because of the stereotype.
No, he's actually my partner is larger than the husband.
Yeah, shocking.
So anyway, he's starting to get jealous, and which inevitably in these swinging situations somebody gets hurt. And this is not something you can't do this without having feelings evoked somewhere along the way. And the feelings are always surprising, and you can't predict what they're going to be. And here you are.
All right.
And this is why relationships that carry on like this don't last very often. Sort of the only time they ever do last, in fact, is when both people are sexual addicts and they're acting out their disease.
Okay, so that may be the case, but, you know, maybe I have a disease that maybe I need to go to counseling for, or...
Well, I'm just saying that's certainly a very common way that people get into this, is that they were sexually abused or somehow sexualized in childhood, and they have the gene for addiction, and they get off on a drug at one point, get off of that, and the sex really takes off at that point.
It's weird amongst the swinging that there's a lot of rules and jealousy and stuff like that.
They're terribly arbitrary boundaries that inevitably get sort of pushed aside.
Right.
How can you maintain that?
Be difficult. All right. What's that?
Imagine being Asian.
Oh, yeah. And like some big black guy comes pulling up. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, that's a standoff.
Instead of 2 fingers, I'm using my fingernail.
Tweezers.
This is the thing, like when they turn pages in old historic books. It's just one of those things, yeah. All right, let's talk to Greg, who's 29. Greg?
Yeah.
And by the way, John is allowed to make fun of the Asians because he's Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just back off.
Yeah, punk.
What's up, Greg?
Before he gives you a karate chop. Or throws one of those stars at you and sticks it in your neck.
Ciao. Ding dong day.
Greg, am I right? I don't know, but I'm guessing you got one of those stars on you. You're throwing? You guys throw those stars, right?
Yeah, he's got a few.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I throw chopsticks.
Oh, I see. Cool, yeah. Hey, Greg?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I was diagnosed with hepatitis C about a year ago, and, I was able to stop drinking, and I've given up my occasional weed smoking. But I'm curious. I've looked around. I've tried to do research. I've tried to find things out. And I'm wondering, once a month or so or less, is it detrimental to occasionally get high?
Not specifically to the hepatitis C disease, the infection. You have chronic hep C, right?
That's correct.
All right. However, there are some very, very serious issues with this. Now, were you a heroin addict or IV drug user?
No. As a matter of fact, I don't know how I got it, and I haven't engaged in none of the behaviors that normally bring it on, but I did once become blood brothers with a bandmate when I was 15, and I think that may have been it.
Was he a heroin addict?
Well, I talked to him about it and told him to get tested, but he never responded to that.
I
don't know what he did.
Did you ever sleep with a IV drug user?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, not that he knows of.
Not that you know of.
Well, how do you get this, Drew? I mean, is it like you get AIDS or anything else?
Yeah, exactly the same kind of transmission. And people often don't know where they contract it, but it's most common in IV drug users or people who've had sexual contact with IV drug users, or it's not something you can get from household contact.
You know what sucks, though? It does suck for guys like Greg. Who, you get these diseases that are normally associated with, like, anal sex and shooting dope.
Yeah.
And it's like... This guy's got to third base a couple of times with a couple of the neighborhood chicks. With it, not this guy hasn't done anything good yet. He's got this
pricking his finger and pushing it against his buddies.
He's got the stigma of the disease, and people don't really believe you, right, Greg?
Yeah, well, it's not something that I end up really telling a lot of people. Like close friends or anybody who was a former lover, I tell them.
Right.
My family knows, and everybody there knows who I am and what my scoop is. So
all
it's
right.
not a problem.
Have you been treated?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Have you been treated for your hep C?
I'm actually holding off for the Pegasus, which is the next form of pegylated interferon, because it's got a lower side effect profile.
Have you tried the other stuff?
I haven't tried anything, but I would say I got a biopsy. I don't have any liver damage.
So you're not real active. You can afford to wait and whatnot, okay?
Well, and they think it's going to be cleared in the fall, and so...
All right, that's fine. They often will wait until there's evidence of viral activity anyway. So I have concerns. A, you mentioned that you drank, and obviously the people that drink that have chronic hepatitis C are the ones at most high risk for cirrhosis and liver cancer. You've cut that out, but I haven't gotten this straight. That's why I wanted to keep talking.
He wants to smoke a little weed.
Whether he's an alcoholic or not. If he's not an alcoholic, he's not a drug addict, smoking a pot occasionally is not going to make any big deal.
Right.
However, the people who are treating you with interferon may have an issue with it and may withhold treatment if you use drugs.
Greg?
Right, and it wouldn't be a problem for me to completely
Are you an alcoholic?
No.
All right, good enough. He mentioned the Pegasus.
Yeah, it's pegylated interferon.
Well, I know that, but a lot of our listeners know. I don't know why, but I was writing something that had to do with the Pegasus just today.
A word that's never been spoken on this show.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. But I started thinking to myself, there's unicorns, but there's not Pegasuses. Right? Mm-hmm. Because a Pegasus
is a proper name.
Is one horse.
It's the horse, the winged horse. That's his name.
That who rode on it?
Hercules?
I don't know.
Zeus?
How did Hercules get down from the mountain? I mean, we didn't take a tram, right? He had to use a winged horse.
Zeus.
Zeus? No, I don't know if Zeus... Did Zeus ride on a winged horse, or maybe it was Hercules? Oh, no, it wasn't Hercules, though.
Zeus.
I know. Hercules had that centaur he used to yell at.
Poseidon?
No,
somebody
he
must
was in
have...
the ocean. He rode a dolphin. He drove a dolphin like Aquaman did. True. Find out about them. So the point is there are unicorns, but there's no Pegasuses.
That's right.
What about Pegasi?
There's no Pegasi because it's like there's no King Kongs. There's only King Kong.
True.
You see what I'm saying? That's his name.
A winged horse that causes the stream to spring from Mount Helicon with a blow of his hoof.
Hoof.
So hoof or hoof? Hoof.
What did I say?
That'd be hoof.
Hoof. Is it hoof or hoof?
I think it's hoof.
I think it's hoof.
A winged horse that causes the stream Hippocrene to spring from Mount Helicon with a blow of his hoof.
Hoof. How do you spell that?
Same as roof.
Is it
But
hooves
people say
or
roof.
huffs?
People say roof.
But is it hoove?
Man, look 'em
No,
up.
How do you spell it? Spell it.
Oh, God damn it.
I swear I don't know how to spell it.
H-O-O.
It's a V, right? It's a F? Hoof?
Hammer
Hooves. It was V, H-O-V-E-S, right?
Well, what's hooves?
Whatever.
Multiple.
Hoofs? So are you saying a unicorn would have a hoof, but a Pegasus would have hoofs? Somebody, we got to get to the bottom of this. Horses have hooves, but it only sprains one hoof?
Both pronunciations, hoof and hoof,
Oh, thank
in
God.
the dictionary.
This English is such a pain in the ass. I was
hooves has 2 O's. Oh, my God.
I was going nuts thinking about the difference between menstrual and minstrel the other day.
little subtle difference there.
It's a totally different thing, but it doesn't sound a whole lot different. Allison,
Yeah?
you're 14?
Yeah.
Did you know what a Pegasus is?
No.
Okay. But how about a unicorn, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that?
An animal?
Okay.
Hold on.
What was our question that we had the other night?
Okay. All right. A unicorn is an animal, but what kind of animal?
I have no idea.
Elephant?
If you want it to be, I have no idea.
Okay.
Really? 14-year-old girl. The girl, I would think, had maybe a little magic unicorn doll or poster.
Well, yeah, a unicorn is like kind of a horse, but it has a horn coming out of its head.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, baby.
We just were asking that.
That's what we're asking, right?
My Little Pony.
All right, and what kind of meat is veal?
Deer.
Deer.
Okay, and then what about venison?
That's deer too.
Okay.
All right, well.
What's she put on her hot dog?
All right.
Oh, yeah, hot dog?
How do you take your hot dog?
Ketchup.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad sign. All right, go ahead, Allison. I'm sorry.
I was watching Oprah today, and they were talking about how older people and younger people, the difference between their sex generations.
Uh-huh.
And they got to a point where they were talking about how teenagers shouldn't be having oral sex.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just wondering, why is that such a bad thing? I mean,
What did they say on the show?
they just said that we were too young. I mean, we need pleasure just as much as they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there something that we should be worried about physically?
Well, you can get sexually transmitted diseases that way, just the way you can from intercourse, number one.
Uh-huh.
Number two, it can make you pretty close to someone that you might not really want to be that close to. You sort of have to... People don't make good assessments about that kind of intimacy at your age.
Yeah.
Now, are you receiving oral sex?
And giving.
And giving.
Yeah. Well, me and my boyfriend have been together for about 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
We've been close for probably 2 years. And I know he's not dirty, I mean.
So have you been doing oral sex with him for, you said about...
No, not lately. Just, we've only...
Recently?
Yeah, just not very
Not
much.
lately,
so.
but recently. And how old is he?
He's 15, and I'm 14.
Under the age of 16, most people, brain emotional center development, are not in a position to be able to sort of handle a lot of what comes along with this kind of intimacy and relationship. And that's what people really worry about. It's not that you shouldn't be sexual, or that you shouldn't have sexual feelings, or that you shouldn't have a stable, intimate relationship. But when it gets to that point, it gets a little problematic for many people. If just the very simple notion that people get too involved, too intensely bonded with someone that really they're not going to be spending a lot of time with, probably. They'll probably break up by the time they're 16.
It's got to be weird, I don't know, for a guy to get steady BJs at a very young age. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I know, I spent the better part of junior high and then into high school wondering what it would be like to get a BJ, like when Galileo must have looked up into the sky and thought what it must be like to travel in space. It was that kind of thought. It wasn't going anywhere.
Finally, now you've seen it on film. And
now all the answers, questions have been answered. But I don't know what that does long term. Maybe it does nothing.
Yeah, maybe nothing. We don't know.
Well, hopefully it'll all blow over.
Come on, Drew, give it up, man. Dan, when did you get your first BJ?
I think I was 17.
17?
Yeah.
That's about right. John?
What?
First BJ?
21.
Really? We're really 21?
I was a good boy. I'm Asian, man. I was raised in Asian culture, you know?
Really?
Just respect the women.
No BJ.
No BJ.
No BJ for you! You know? I mean, it's like when I was
get no BJ now!
So we're so cultured to not take
Cannot have.
can't have BJ, you know?
Really? All right. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, but see, at least you can
It's such
pull
a heavy
back
load
on
to
your
take off on,
culture.
you know?
Yeah, but now it's BJ City with the band and everything, right? Yeah. All right, let's hear something from Homegrown. What do you say, Anderson? I know we're running late, but let's get a little Homegrown song in there. Oh, come on, buddy. Don't give me that. Let's just play the song. Come on. It's 3 minutes. We usually break at 23, 24 anyway. We would have been done with the song by now if you weren't complaining. I like when people play that. You get 2 words with your old lady, and she's like, we would have been there and back by now. It's like, we would have been to a wedding in Riverside and back by now in the time we had this little argument. Oh, yeah, would have been done. Would have been done, Anderson. You ready? All right, this is a Homegrown, and this is You're Not Alone. Homegrown, everybody. Kings of Pop, name of the CD. Dan and John are in the studio right now. Then we're going to switch out and have Adam and Darren in here in the second hour. So we'll take a little break, and we'll be right back with more of your calls after this. Hey, yo. Loveline, I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Homegrown, our guests tonight. Dan and John are in the studio right now. Adam and Darren will be coming in here in just a couple of few. Kings of Pop is the name of the CD, and currently out on the Warp Tour as we speak. So heading to San Francisco tomorrow. No, Los Angeles tomorrow.
I'm still complaining about the heat.
And then San Francisco, and that's going to be nice.
Oh, right next to the ocean, too.
San Francisco, so nice.
What is that?
I don't know. Dean?
Yeah? Hello.
Go ahead.
What's going on, Dean?
Hey, well, first I wanted to say, I figured you, Adam, as a movie buff, would have picked up, or at least gleaned off of Mission Impossible, that Bellerophon rode Pegasus to defeat the Chimera.
Oh.
I may be mistaken about his lineage, but I think Bellerophon was like Zeus's son or something.
Zeus's son rode Pegasus?
Yeah.
And that was in Mission Impossible?
No, there were references in Mission Impossible, though.
Oh, there were references to it.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the history of that.
All right.
So my question...
What's this one's name?
Pardon? Bellerophon?
I never heard of Bellerophon. We got 4 guys in the studio. 3 of them didn't go to college, but one of them did, and he's never heard of it.
I figured Drew might have picked up that.
Drew's pretty good at hearing about that stuff.
That scrambling on the internet. I was like, Drew, go further.
Yeah, well,
Nothing
Drew doesn't have the internet here. She's got this dictionary. But what's up there? All right, Dean, listen. What's your problem?
Well, I have a friend that was considering trying ecstasy, and he kind of asked me for some information because I had a book on it. But I wanted to ask Dr. Drew, and he's got sort of a history of a heart problem. I don't think he's had a heart attack, but probably like had an almost type thing.
How old is he?
50s.
All right.
Mid-50s, and I just wanted to know if he was in a significantly higher risk category because of heart problems, if ecstasy affected.
Yeah, it's a stimulant. These are called stimulants are what are called sympathomimetic. They're stimulating the sympathetic nervous system, which is what speeds your heart up and raises your blood pressure. And absolutely, the people with heart disease, that can substantially increase the risk of a heart attack and sudden death.
Really?
That's a much, much different issue than we normally worry about with ecstasy. But in a 50-year-old who has heart disease, that's a concern.
So speed will do it to you.
Could.
All right.
Why would you want to do ecstasy when you're 50?
Yeah.
Well, I know you could, but I could make an argument for why you should be doing it at 50 too. You know? I mean, what do you care? Your brain's shrinking, your body's falling apart, penis is barely working. Well, now that's really the time to catch a buzz when you're retired. I mean, people Well, not that you have to retire at 50, but what I'm saying is everyone gets jacked up between the age. I mean, our callers get loaded between the age of like 14 and 25. That's when they do most of their damage. And that's when the brain and their body and their intellect, that's when all the growth is taking place, you know? At 50, you're just clinging to remnants of the past, trying to remember people you've nailed so you can beat off to it. lonely world. I mean, that's really that's what I envision myself doing at
You're well on your way, yeah.
At 50.
Yeah.
I can't wait to be 50.
Yeah. So why not? That's what I say. All right. That's the time to do the steroids. That's the time to do the X. It's time to do everything, I think. Dave, what was that noise?
Yeah. It's John.
Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Okay.
John's mouth.
That's all right, bud. Dave, you're 29. What's up?
Hey, Drew. Hey, Adam. How you guys doing?
Hey, we're good.
Good. Hey,
Hey.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey.
Yo.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, it's like Tourette's.
I'm from Sacramento. My sister was murdered when I was 14.
Oh.
And I moved.
Drew, how do you feel now? Making fun of him. I'm sorry. Go on.
I moved to the East Coast, and ever since then, it seems like, I've been depressed.
Yeah. Well, what happened with your sister? Is this a random act of violence, or is this like a crazy boyfriend or something?
Well, she was a model, and she went on vacation, and when she got back, this guy had been stalking her, and he posed like he was from Budweiser or something. And he kidnapped her, and we found her like 8 days later.
Oh, my God.
When was this?
In '87.
In Sacramento?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's horrible. So you were like 17 or like 14 or something, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that must have been fairly traumatizing for you.
Well, it really wasn't at the time. We moved like 2 weeks later here to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you move?
Well, my parents just weren't really hip on California. Basically, I guess because of that.
Well, they had their daughter killed in this.
No, I'm just wondering if there was something, else going on. I don't know. I'm just asking.
All right, true.
Bad
cable.
One of the things about 14-year-olds is they don't really acknowledge their feelings. You ask any 14, 15, 16-year-old after a trauma how they're doing, they'll tell you, oh, fine, no problem. I can deal with it. No big deal.
Well, how old was your sister?
She was 21.
Okay. So was she out of the house? Was she traveling? Or?
She was out of the house.
Okay. All right. All right, so you think this is coming back to haunt you now?
Well, my question is, after we moved, I was playing sports and stuff. I kind of got out of sports and kind of started, like, drinking and doing drugs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I was pretty much an addict till I was about 25 or maybe 26. And then I quit pretty much everything except for, like, alcohol, a couple times a week, I guess. And I guess my question is, I went to a doctor for the depression, I guess, when I was about maybe 26 or 27, and he told me that it was all in my head, and he told me to go buy a book, and I had one visit. And I was just wondering, is it possible to change? Because it still seems like I'm kind of addicted. It seems like I always want to either smoke.
Of course, addiction does not go away, Dave. That's a chronic condition, and if you have not had it adequately treated, of course it will be active, of course you'll be depressed, and definitely you'll have anxiety as well. So go to AA, get a sponsor, work the steps, magically you'll feel better. The idea in the program in recovery is not to feel worse and not be burdened, it's to get better. And you're struggling with these horrible traumas, you need the kind of connected support that a program can provide for you, and you need to understand more about your disease and see it in other people and help them support you with what you're actually dealing with. Go to AA, get a sponsor, work the steps. Very simple.
Right. Let's talk to Jonathan, who's 16. Jonathan?
Yeah.
You're on with Homegrown.
Hey.
Hey.
All right. I've been doing dance for about 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started, my mom asked me why I was doing it.
What kind of dance?
Ballet.
Ballet.
Yeah.
Your son is gay. Wow.
Yeah, your screener told me the fact. But I'm really not gay.
Right.
And she thinks I am, and she's been telling people that I am. She told my girlfriend that I am.
Born gay.
We're talking about your mom?
Yeah.
She told your girlfriend that you're gay?
Yeah.
That's nice.
But
That's gay.
How can you have a girlfriend? Yeah.
That's the irony of it.
Yeah, it's a little catch-22 there. You know, there's a certain diabolical strategy to the guys who get involved with the stuff that there's a lot of chicks and gay guys in, like ballet, which is easy pickings. I was one of these stooges that was taking like wood shop and auto shop, and it was me and 30 other idiot guys rubbing elbows all day. But the guys who go and take the stuff where there's chicks, there's something smart about this.
This is true.
And was your girlfriend dancing too?
No, she did dance somewhere else, and she gets jealous sometimes because I'm touching girls for an hour and a half.
I went to college with Gregory Peck's son and talked to him, Barry Peck, and he said that's why he went into acting. He was up at Berkeley and took acting because where the girls were. That was it. Period.
And girls love ballet dancers because it's like it's almost like a challenge because they think that they might be gay and they want to change them. Girls have a tendency to do that for some reason.
Plus, you get to wear that codpiece, right?
Yeah, that's fun.
Makes your package look big.
It looks, but then there's also
sign me up.
When it gets hit a lot.
John's Asian. I need
all the help I can get.
Yeah, he needs like a king-size codpiece. And maybe a merkin, too, to hang out of the codpiece. Or a hoof. Or a hoof. Or a huff. Okay, so, hey, so Jonathan.
Yeah.
Does your mother really think you're gay and she's alerting the community?
She's really, like a megaphone type thing, but she's really religious, and so she's really upset, like my church isn't going to approve of it and stuff.
About you being ballet,
and she figures that I've
all right, Jonathan, I got a great plan.
All right.
Are you having sex with your girlfriend?
Not intercourse.
Oral?
Yeah.
Okay, good enough. Okay, do you have a sister?
Yeah.
How old is she?
25.
Okay, I think this could work still. Okay, you work it out with your older sister. She doesn't live at home?
No, she does.
She does. Okay, good. Better. Okay, now, you bring your girlfriend over to the house, let's say Thursday about 6 o'clock, right?
Uh-huh.
You get her in the room, and you start going down on her. Okay, you get her naked, you go down on her. Take the slippers off and go down on her, right? Then you have your sister call the house and say, oh, Mom, you know what? I'm out and I need I need my keys. I think I left them in Jonathan's room. I think they're on the cabinet in there, on the dresser. Could you go in there and just grab them for me? I think he's out. And then she barges in. You're going down on this chick. And then it's gone. What do you think?
Adam, you're a genius.
Yes.
Minus the fact that we're Mormon.
Yeah. That really
fun with that.
That'd send her through the roof. That would be great. The roof. The roof.
Well, go down with a Sprite or something.
He needs to just let Mom spin and not worry about it. This is,
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
He's happy. He's doing something he likes, passionate about.
Yeah.
He's got a girlfriend. He's fine.
My family wanted me to get into all the faggoty activities like soccer and dance and all this kind of stuff. What idiots.
Well, you got into porcelain or whatever the hell you did.
Porcelain?
Pottery or ceramics.
Airplanes.
How dare you? I played football when I was a youth. All right. Let's take ourselves a little break. Homegrown is our guest tonight. When we come back, I'll speak to Brad, who's 26, who relies on smell and taste of vagina to determine if she has STDs.
Oh, this guy has got to be something.
I know, but this is going to be disappointing.
Well, at least you can talk about your
dogs.
Your dogs. Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to train my dogs to do that has to do with STDs.
It's going to be disappointing just because the headline is so good.
Yeah, but our callers are so stupid. You know what I'm saying? That like it'll say knows who rode Pegasus. And then you got a guy on there going, Sacrolia, Sacratite, Saphrodisia, Elia. He was Pathos' son, Orthos. It's always a disappointment. They never have a goddamn answer for us on this show. Is that right, Drew?
Absolutely.
Have you ever been impressed by anyone who's ever called this show? Never. Never. You've been doing this show for 22 years. You've never been impressed by anybody who's called this show. And I know Brad, in his way of tasting and detecting STDs, will be equally disappointing.
We will see.
All right. After this. Hey, everybody. Loveline. Adam, that's Dr. Drew. Homegrown is our guest tonight. Dan and John are both in here. Adam and Darren will be in here. Kings of Pop's the name of the CD. Warped Tour's the name of the tour. Or tour. Or hooves. Hooves. Hoof. And let's talk to... Oh, yeah, Brad. All right, is everyone prepared to be disappointed?
Here we go.
And action. Brad, 26. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good times, buddy.
Hey, dude, what's up, man?
You having fun with my question or what?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was misunderstood a little bit. Not very much. You could still rip on me, but a little bit.
That's all right. It says that you rely on smell and taste.
I don't rely on it, but I'm wondering how good of an indicator. I know some STDs you could see. There's visual cues, and others, there's no way to know.
Right.
So if it's clean, there's no taste, there's no smell, what kind of odds are we talking about? How many would that eliminate? How many still remain?
If there were a characteristic taste and smell, which there isn't, just looking at the case of an abnormal taste, you would pick up a lot of people that don't have STDs. They just have discharge.
Well, what would be the number one cause of odor would be an infection?
It could be trichomonas, that kind of thing. Yeah,
which is not an STD.
Which can be transmitted back, but it's not a classic STD. It's not like gonorrhea or syphilis, that kind of thing. The rest of them, no taste.
Well, if you're going down on a woman, your two biggest concerns are herpes, warts, and tampons. Am I right?
The tampon you might get something back on.
I don't know if there's any indication of it.
Well, I'm thinking one that gets...
Oh, I see. One that is petrified up in there?
Yes.
Right, where she has toxic shock.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but there's no smell to warts or taste to warts.
Or herpes.
Correct. So the two main ones you're looking out for when you're getting down there can't be detected usually.
Or HIV or hepatitis C or anything else virus. And you can't get sick.
Or crabs.
Or crabs or syphilis or gonorrhea. Or chlamydia. There you go.
There you go, Brad. Okay, now here's where I come in with my ingenious idea, and I'm convinced I will be heralded as my legend will be huge. With inventions like the heated sofa,
right?
And now my STD sniffing dogs. I'm going to go. This is what happens. This is what happens to geniuses. They're made fun of. They're called heretics. Society's very tough on them. And then as the years go on, we realize what genius they really possess.
All right, Copernicus, what's the deal?
Okay, here's what's going to Da Vinci's. But here's what I got. Dogs. We can teach dogs to sniff anything, any substance. I mean, they can sniff a joint that's been packed in coffee grounds and welded into a Mexican's fender. Okay? Or I guess any nationality. I think Mexicans either smell. But here's my point. They can teach these guys to sniff coke, explosives, or backyard fruit. Anything, and pack. Take a suitcase and pack it full of dirty laundry and coffee grounds. They still can smell that cocaine in there. Don't tell me we couldn't get a dog to sniff out venereal disease. Everything's got its own smell. Now, the human nose could not pull this. But they're training dogs to sniff out skin cancer already. And if they could smell skin cancer, I know they could smell some herpes or some warts or some gonorrhea.
Or some kind of tampon.
Right, or some kind of petrified tampon. So my idea is just, bachelors would have a dog, and, when they brought the ladies home, chicks love dogs.
Check on my puppy.
Yeah, dog hops up, and then... if the dog starts scratching at their underpants or something, you call, you just shorten up the date. Do you know what I mean? Chicks would never know. Maybe you hire a handler, a guy to run, like the guy who runs with the leash. What do you got, boy?
Here's the awful thing about the male, though. Wouldn't slow him down too much.
No, that means...
They disregard it.
Well, it means put on a condom or start drinking.
Yeah.
That's basically what that means.
Or floss while you eat.
Right. So I'm just saying, I'm sure the venereal sniffing dogs would work. It would make it easier on the doctors. There's women that come up, they don't want to get in the stirrups, they don't want to get checked out by the doctors. They feel it's invasive, that it's embarrassing. Let the dogs sniff. They could smell for uterine cancer. They could sniff for all sort of abnormal pap smears and stuff. Gynecological dogs. All right, I'm saying it one day it will come to pass.
Guiney, the friendly beagle.
Yeah. Jonas,
Yeah, hello.
You're 26?
I'm 16.
Oh, yeah, I know that. It said that. I should have said that. I'm a little out of it tonight, but what's going on, Jonas?
I have this problem where I have this cramping pain underneath where my scrotum hangs over between my legs.
Behind your scrotum, like?
Well, between my a-hole and where it connects.
The anal bridge?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say it's behind your scrotum?
Well, it's underneath, I guess.
Is it in front?
Yeah.
In front of your scrotum?
Listen, hey, jackass, it's behind your scrotum.
Yes, okay.
Okay, I know you meant not behind it where it's hanging, where there's just air there. Right? That part's fine. The air behind your scrotum is trouble-free?
Yeah.
Okay, but you mean the part that's attached to you?
Yeah.
All right. Anything but agree on this show. So, Drew, what about that area there?
That's a real common place to get a spasm of the floor of the pelvic musculature, the pubococcygeus muscle. Does it happen after you masturbate?
No.
No?
Nope.
Never?
Nope.
When does it occur?
Usually, I don't know, whenever. I'll be sitting down, it'll happen, or I'll be walking.
But it's something you ought to tell your doctor about it, though, because there can be abnormalities of the urinary tract and stones and things like that that can predispose to these kinds of symptoms. Probably nothing, probably normal, but
stretch.
Really?
There's no need to get testy.
No. Yeah, nice.
Don't expect Drew to laugh.
That's not a muscle that you can stretch. It goes from the pubic bone to the coccyx, and it's just a strap. And when it spasms, you get a real visceral pain.
What's the actual name for that?
Pubococcygeus muscle.
Wow. Don't you get a cool, right? See, if you stay in school like your mom and dead ancestors wanted you to do, because, oh, yes, they're looking down on you.
Well, they are.
Then you would have known that was...
Well, they can't really look down because of the eyes, right?
Well, I think the Asians have an advantage in the sun. They have a disadvantage at night. You see what I'm saying with the way the eyes are shaped? Because think about what you do when you're out in the sun with no sunglasses. You squint a little bit. It helps the vision. But at night, then round eye, that's where we take over. That's our domain.
The rulers of the night.
That's right. All right, what are we going to do? Should we take a quick break here?
Yeah.
All right, Homegrown, our guest, a little changing of the guard when we come back. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Adam and Darren are both here from Homegrown. Hello. Dan and John got kicked out. We're doing a little changing of the guard here. Yeah. Basically, the 1 and 2 hitters came up, set the table, and now it's time for the cleanup guys to come in and bring them home.
Good.
Yeah, so that's...
John had to get back to the nail salon.
That's what we're doing.
Do our laundry.
Yeah, I just happened to walk by Johnny's laying on the couch. Oh, dude, I'm so tired. I've been up since 9 o'clock.
Hey, long days.
9 this morning? Wuss. All right, let's talk to Paulina, who's 16. Paulina?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
Good. Well, I'm not so good.
What's the matter, baby?
Huh?
What's the matter?
Well, a little bit ago, well, actually a long time ago, because I called a while ago, you guys were hating on dance team.
Dance team?
Dance, in general.
Oh, dance, yes.
Me and ballet.
That makes me mad, because I dance, and one of my really good friends, Michael, he dances too. You guys like, that's faggoty sport, and he's not a fag.
You're lesbian.
Well, let me clarify something. You do not have to be gay to participate in faggoty sports. So if that should put his burden at ease.
Well, in
right?
fact, wasn't the whole comment, the whole sort of discussion we had was about how that kind of sport opened you up to all kinds of potential
No, but you were like, oh, it's a faggoty sport. Like,
well, it is.
That's
it
dumb.
is.
You were dismissing it as if it wasn't really anything important. And
faggot better run.
Drew, please. What? No, yes, it's a faggoty sport, but as I said in the same breath, there's a certain diabolical genius to surrounding yourself with homosexuals and women, and you being the only straight guy.
Are you sure that you said that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the whole discussion we had was.
Huh?
That's the discussion we had.
Look, I'm saying here's how I spent my high school years not getting laid. I played football, I played baseball, and then I hung around with all the jackasses from the football and the baseball team when we weren't playing the sport that we're playing. And there was never a chick around. And you had to then go up with a big group of tobacco-chewing doofuses and go try to pick up a chick, and it was nearly impossible. Now, the guys, and I'm trying to think of what else there is. Dance is one of them.
You packed yourself in kryptonite for 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
I couldn't... there's guys I've spoken to who have taken classes. Acting classes are pretty good for picking up chicks. Although
really
there's
good.
A fair amount of guys in there.
Cheerleader.
George
W. Bush
yes.
was the cheerleader.
Male cheerleading. This is great because seriously, there's 5 guys and 30 chicks, and 4 of the 5 guys are gay.
So be a contrarian. That's what really gets you the goods.
Think about it.
Yeah?
Think about if you're trying to find anything. I mean,
hey, listen, it's a great policy in life in general. I mean, the herd.
Make fun of the fags?
No. That's it.
That's what I want.
Be a contrarian. That there's the reason the herd all moves in one direction. It makes it difficult for everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, help your odds. That's all. Jennifer.
Hi. How are you?
You're 22. What's going on?
Yes, I am. Okay. Let me just start from the beginning. Like 3 or 4 years ago, I used to take ecstasy. And I stopped because I was getting panic attacks and depression and all that.
You heard me talk about that and how that ecstasy typically does that?
I know all about it because actually after it happened to me, I did research and I went to therapy and everything. But I was a lot worse. Now it's like 4 years later and I still have really high anxiety.
Yeah, this is and usually some persistent mood problems too.
Yeah.
That
yeah,
often Yeah, and often when it was bad, people will tend to describe also sort of an agoraphobia. They don't want to go outside, that kind of thing. Did you have all that too? Yeah.
I used to have that. Like, I wouldn't go anywhere without my boyfriend, but now, and I would have panic attacks all the time. Now it's just mostly like I can't sit down and eat without having anxiety. Like, it takes me so, it's...
That's actually still, is it in a public space or in your own home, no matter what?
Everywhere, yeah. I mean, it's worse if I'm with people, but... and I don't want to go on medication, like prescribed medication, and like I was just, I've been looking at things like St. John's wort and stuff like that, but I don't.
Well, that is a medication.
Yeah,
it's just one that doesn't work very well.
Uh-huh.
And Jennifer, you've injured your brain. You have a brain injury now. Okay, you've lost a certain part of the function of a region of your brain that's responsible to create this chemical that you need not to have anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
If you'd broken your leg or you'd lost a lung, would you not take something to help bring that physiology back into normal?
Yeah, I guess.
Why with the brain is it somehow different?
I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. It like scares me to be on something like that.
Well, it's scary. I understand that, but you've had an injury.
Uh-huh.
The scary, I hate to say it, but the scary part should have been
doing the drugs.
The drug you were doing. That's the
that's
scary thing. This stuff is to correct that. This is to make it better. And, in fact, it's not going to get better without pharmacology, unfortunately. I wish there were something.
There's a certain stigma to the pharmacology, being on these drugs. And I think people are scared of that stigma.
Because I see how it makes other people. Like, I know people that are on stuff like that, and I just see how it makes them.
The serotonin reuptake inhibitors are what tend to be useful from the ecstasy injuries, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is no one will be able to tell how you are because the only difference between you now and you on medication will be you'll be able to eat without discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
That will be the only difference.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll have no sex drive.
And you may have no sex drive.
Possible thoughts of suicide.
That's right.
Other than that.
So you have to be careful with that.
But other than that.
No, you can get...
You have some cramping and some projectile diarrhea. But other than those side effects, you'll be the old Jennifer. You'll be the old Jennifer.
Minor.
That's right.
But do get that taken care of. Make sure you talk to doctors used to dealing with the ecstasy brain damage.
Speaking of that, Drew, I know this has come up before, but the listing the symptoms during the commercial for the drug.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because malarious greasy diarrhea.
Yeah, while I'm eating. And I'm thinking to myself, not only do I not have the allergies for which this drug was created, but even if I did, couldn't I check into it and then sort of get the side effects when I checked into it? I mean, by the doctor. They really need to rattle that off on TV.
Who do you think that's to satisfy?
The Jews.
Yeah.
I mean, the lawyers. Right?
Hmm?
Am I right, Drew? The lawyers have screwed this country up for us. They really have. Let me tell you something. What the lawyers have done. We don't even know it. We should all really stop and think how much we hate lawyers. We really should. I'll give you a for instance. I love automobiles, as you know, Drew. I have a beautiful Jaguar. And this is a beautiful, beautiful car. It's like a work art. And nothing better in a Jag than the interior. The English really got it right with the walnut and the leather and all this stuff. And on top of both my sun visors, now not on the inside part that's tucked up against the roof, but the outside part that you're looking at is a big yellow sticker. And, I mean, it sticks out on you. You can't miss this goddamn thing. It's a big yellow sticker on both of them that say, warning, airbag, wear, blah, blah, blah. Now, they could easily put that into the manual, or they could easily put it on the inside of the thing. But, no, they got to put it where I can see it. And furthermore, it's goddamn ironed onto the effing thing. It's not a sticker. You know, it's not one of these things like when you go to a motel and there's that sanitize for your protection over the toilet. You read it, snap it, take your dump, wipe your ass with it. That's what I do. That's my move. That's a class move. And then put it back on the toilet with the Duke floating in it.
Nice.
No, it's not anything you can take off. It's not anything you can get rid of. It's not anything you can peel off. It is permanently scarred and screwed the interior of my beautiful Jag because some pussy-ass lawyer had to have this somewhere written on the car. Now, do we really need that as a society? And what does it take from society? We don't even notice it anymore, you know? But the point is we're being chipped away at. We're slowly losing our souls because of these blood-sucking vermins. And listen to me, you screwballs. I've talked to thousands of lawyers in my life. I really have. And they've never given me a goddamn answer about anything. They never give a goddamn answer. I've had legal problems, and I've said, what do you think of this contract? You think it's binding? Well, you could break it, but who knows what the guy would do. Really? $500 an hour for that? Could have talked to a goddamn hobo and gotten that answer out of him. They never give a definitive answer. I mean, yeah, if you're up for, if you murder your wife, maybe you need an attorney. But all the other attorney conversations I've ever had, I'm smarter than they are, and they give no goddamn definitive answer about anything. It's hard to tell. Well, you never know. He could countersue, or he could just let it go. Oh, great. Great. So you're saying he could do one thing or something completely different. Fantastic. How much I owe you? And you pussies with your double billing. This billing where I'm billing two clients at once because I'm thinking about both of them while I'm beating off. Please, how dare you? These guys are retards. You should hang your heads in shame. Scumbags, screwing up my car, effing up. If I got to read all the small print everywhere, printed on everything, all the disclaimers with everything.
Yeah, listen to the commercial.
You're destroying this great country of ours. One goddamn commercial at a time. It's driving me nuts. And who do I sue about my car being ruined with this iron-on yellow sticker underneath my sun visor? Huh? Who do I see about that? Where's my attorney? Where's my attorney against attorneys? Please, everyone in med school, not med school, Drew, I'm sorry. Everyone in law school, either just drop out now or kill yourself. Kill yourself and then drop out. That's what I need you to do. All right, now I'm all fired up, Drew. I got all excited. I'm sweating now.
Sweating.
I'm all excited about insurance companies these days and about HMOs and stuff. That drives me insane.
All right, but again, it's just more lawyer cramps, signing everything, all triplicate and stickers everywhere. It's driving me nuts. Big pusses. That's what you people are.
Hey,
John? Yeah, go ahead, John.
Hey, I have a problem. Now that you've been ripping on the profession so wonderfully, I got a question for you. I work at this place, and this woman who's she's a little more than 40, and I'm about 26, going on 27. But we got together 2 weekends ago at a spa party with one of the girls at the office, and everybody else kind of had in, and it was me and this woman, and she happens to be the office administrator at my job. And I've never had a experience where I've been with somebody that I'm working with, much less where I've been with somebody that I'm working under. And in the last couple of weeks, things have gotten kind of chilly at the office, and we saw each other over the 4th, so that's kind of like the second weekend that we've been together. And are you there?
Nah, yeah, we're there.
We
don't want to be, but here we are.
Well, my question I really want to know is how do I drop this, in a kind of an easy way so that things are taken care of and brushed under the rug?
Well, you only screwed around with her once, right?
No, twice, because we got together last weekend, too.
All right. Well, that was your... Why'd you get together last weekend, too, if you wanted to...
Get out.
I didn't realize that at the time. I didn't think it was as serious. But now, this week, the last couple of days have been kind of unpleasant there at the office. All
right. Well, maybe you should have a little talk with her. You give her that speech that girls always give guys when they're not attracted to them, which is, we're too good of friends, we work together, they get all professional all of a sudden. Get all professional on her.
All right, okay, so just stiffen up a little bit?
Yeah,
No.
Just get No, I mean,
don't avoid her.
Have a conversation. Say we're working together.
This is too weird. I can't handle it.
That's what got you in trouble in the first place.
I respect you too much, kind of thing.
Oh,
he's got a mess on his hands.
Those goddamn attorneys.
Oh, here we go.
Well, I'm just telling you, how much time do we waste with those retards? We have the Man Show every year. We have a big sexual harassment seminar and stuff. That show's built. The backbone of that show is sexual harassment.
Yeah.
We got chicks on trampolines, for Christ's sake. We're having a meeting on sexual harassment. I don't even go to that junk anymore. We just tell them F off. We're not going. And I suggest, by the way, that we have a sort of a mutiny in this country, which is the next time your company says we have to have a meeting on sexual harassment, just no one go. Just someone say, look, I have an attorney too, and he's going to sue you if I have to attend your sexual harassment meeting. Just everyone stay at their desk and tell everyone just to F off and go about their business. Can we do that? Can we slowly reclaim back our dignity as a nation? Just don't do it. The next time your business wants to have a sexual harassment seminar or one about people's feelings or what we have to do or any of this junk, just don't go. Just don't go. Any of that lawyer crap. Just sit at your desk and tell them you'll sue them if they make you go or if they fire you based on this. Why don't we do that? Let's just turn the law on the lawyers. That's what we need to do. More lawyers. That's what I want to say. We need more people in law school so we can start countersuing lawyers.
Don't kill yourself.
No, don't kill yourself. Start having kids.
Mm-hmm.
Randy?
Yeah?
You're 14?
Yeah.
You have a question for Homegrown?
Yeah. I want to talk to Adam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I was wanting to see you guys today, but I ended up seeing Midtown instead of you guys because I didn't know you guys were on.
Thanks. You care a lot.
Wow.
And I was wondering when you guys are going to come to Los Angeles in a club.
Actually, I think we're doing a tour with Unwritten Law after the Warped Tour, so we should be back shortly after.
All right, then.
We're playing tomorrow, though, too.
Oh, yeah, but I saw the end of your show today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I was going to talk to you after the show, but you left.
Well, okay. Why don't you come tomorrow?
I have no more money.
Randy's got a lot of plans, but not great in the execution department.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's a pot thing.
All right. You smoke a lot of weed, Randy?
No, I don't do drugs.
You don't? Huh?
Don't lie.
Huh?
I'm straight edged.
We know when you're lying.
No, I'm not.
A little bit of weed?
No.
But you eat pot in a brownie form, and you're beating us on a technicality?
No.
No. All right. So you're a big Homegrown fan. You just, they played in Los Angeles today. You live in Los Angeles. They played at 5:30, but you couldn't make it.
Yeah, okay.
And you want them to come back to Los Angeles where they were today and going to play tomorrow. You say, what do you want to do? Swing by the house and set up an amp?
Probably.
Okay. We get these calls a lot where people go like, yeah, I'm out in Sacramento and you guys just played here for a week, but I didn't see you, so when are you coming back?
Yeah.
Or the club's like 3 blocks from my house and my moped broke, so I didn't, or the ticket's $8 and I couldn't afford. What the F do you want the bands to do? Do you really want them to come to your home like it's a Brady Bunch episode?
Well, no, the best part was that he said, I'm a big fan, but I miss you guys for another one.
Right. And then when he told him to come out tomorrow, he's like, screw that.
Yeah.
And then I was going to talk to you afterward, but you guys cut out on me. It's like you guys had a date. Like, hey, weren't we going to talk to 14-year-old Randy after the gig? No, come on, let's go. I'm tired.
That was the funny part
You
to me.
stood up, poor Randy.
Sorry, Randy.
I could see why he was angry. I mean, I'd be pissed too. Hey, you show up, you probably bought you guys like a corsage or something, and you just you leave him there at the altar. I'd be angry too. All right, let's hear a song. You want to hear a song?
Good plan, yeah.
All right, Let's hear a homegrown song. You queued up there, Anderson? This is Kiss Me, Diss Me. Homegrown, everybody. Adam and Darren are in the studio. The Warp Tour is where they can be found, and that's going on tomorrow in Los Angeles at the Coliseum as well. And then they're going over to that 14-year-old kid's house, playing a set, playing an all-request set.
Yeah. Whatever he wants.
Over in his basement, and then it's off to San Francisco to rejoin their
Warp Tour.
Warp Tour, right. All right, let's take ourselves a little break. When we come back, we'll talk to Anthony. He comes up with a skin tag near his nuts. Wants to know about this. I bet those lawyers made him put that skin tag on the faggoty vermin.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Adam and Darren are both here from Homegrown. One last thing about these lawyers I got to mention before we go to the call. The lawyers are horrible, 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 horrible people. There's no doubt about that. And not all of them, just like 99.7%
Our lawyer's
of them
listening.
are horrible people.
Right now, he's a good guy.
Sue me, you retards. You think you're so smart. They like to argue everything. Never any answers. Okay, but the people who are doing multiple lawsuits, you guys, just do me a favor. Just hold take a sprinkler key, those long extended sprinkler keys, and cut the end off that has the fork end and sharpen it on a grinder and put it against your sternum and just fall forward. And just go out with a little dignity. Would you freaks? Would you please, you pussies who have continuous lawsuits? And what about these people that show up in court and have like 11, 14, 26 lawsuits? We don't want to take these people out and just put a bullet in their head? We don't? How does some people manage to make it through their whole life without a goddamn lawsuit, and there's one a-hole who's fallen in 15 different casinos 15 different times? We don't want to just put a bullet in that guy's head? Give him a little pause for thought next time he's planning his next frivolous lawsuit? How come we don't punish these people is what I'm saying. You just go ahead and sue. There's one guy that has 10 lawsuits, and the next guy has none, and we don't look at that guy as any different. Do you know what I'm saying? String of bad luck, or maybe he's just trying to bilk the system and creating an environment for which these evil lawyers can flourish. Why don't we take these people out and do something evil to them?
Maybe there should be like horrible repercussions if you lose.
Here's my plan.
Like a penalty.
Here's my plan. When I'm in charge, I will, and you guys would be cool. I mean, you'll be my good subjects. I call you. You might even be my house band.
Okay.
Let's see. There's a little competition with Fog Hat. Right. We'll have like a playoff. See who's those guys are getting old. I think you guys could take them.
Yeah.
But here's what we do. Whatever you claim happened to you, if it turns out it's frivolous, we do it to you.
Yeah.
If you claim you cannot walk without the use of a cane anymore, and then we get some videotape of you over riding motocross,
wrestling
at the rodeo, like we often do. These people, they can't work, they're unable to work, they're confined to a wheelchair, they have to use a cane, they're on pain medication, and then we see that you're able to do this. You don't actually. We will actually create that. We'll create the injury that makes you use a cane. Well, that sounds fair, doesn't it?
Cut off their leg.
We don't have to cut it off. We'll hobble them.
Hobble them a little bit?
Yeah, and Drew will be my official doctor. I'll make sure the bone doesn't heal right. And then they'll have to use the cane. But it'll be perfect because they said they couldn't get around without a cane anyway. And now their wish will come true. That's what I want to do.
Follow in the footsteps of Mengele.
Right. Anthony?
Hey.
You're 26?
Yep.
Do you know who Joseph Mengele was?
Nope.
All right.
Well, quick comment. Knew two guys in high school, cheerleaders, they're gay.
All right. What's your question, Anthony?
And lawyers suck.
How about Hitler? Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
What's your question?
The quick question was...
Hang on a second. Do you remember when we were doing MTV and we could say all these horrible things, we could not say Hitler?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the weirdest thing?
Well, we could. It was just we had Jewish producers who got freaked out about it.
No. That was MTV's...
No, that was Stone and Stanley.
That's not what I was told.
Well, they don't tell you that because they don't want to deal with it.
Come on.
Whatever.
I'm telling you.
Anthony.
Anthony.
What's your question?
Yeah. Okay. I have these, people call them skin tags. Usually you see them on people's neck.
Mm-hmm. Those are skin tags.
Are they skin tags?
Yep.
Okay, now I'm getting them on the crease of my leg, between my leg and my sack, and I have like 3 of them on my
Right,
sack.
crease is a normal place to get those. Are you dark-skinned?
Not really.
Okay.
What are, those skin tags look like moles that got smashed down flat, right?
Exactly,
Sometimes what they are. That's sometimes what they are. But
So what happens if I were to cut them off?
yeah, I've had people do that. They tie a little thread around the base of them and sort of choke them off.
Really?
They can get infected, and that's
You do them yourself?
I've had people do that, but
yeah.
What?
Well, like we were talking about last night, that the way they get the balls off the cows and stuff, they like put a rubber band around it. They just cut off, and does it fall off?
Mm-hmm.
Falls off?
You talking about skin tags? Or
Well,
the
no,
nuts?
I'm talking about the nuts. I'm not about the cow nuts. I mean, it seems like it's going to take a while for that thing to. It seemed like it would start smelling pretty bad before it fell off.
Oh, jeez.
Does it fall off?
I don't know.
Somebody tell us the answer to that, but. He can tie string around
That's
it, right?
And these are very simple things. Get liquid nitrogen and a little electrical cautery. You can remove them if you want to go see a doctor about it. Very simple.
All right, we got our next call. Bill over here has got a question for us, but I'm really tempted to talk to Eric over here.
Right.
He's 37, and he says he knows how to get rid of the iron-on sticker on my Jag visor.
Let's go with that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's kids who need help, but what about me and my $70,000 car?
Let's settle the important issues.
You know what I mean? Let's prioritize, people. Eric?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, I don't know. Anything over my eyes?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Anyway, I'm not sure what year jiggle wire you got.
Is he speaking English?
I don't know, but I already know this is not going to work out.
It's not going to be a solution.
This is going to involve like a wire wheel and some Cutty Sark and some peanut butter and hear me out said like 3 or 4 times repetitively. I was hoping the guy's, he's 37. He's calling from Illinois. Maybe he's got some information. All right, Eric, come on, buddy. Don't disappoint me now. How am I going to get this iron-on sticker off?
No, I'm not. I don't know if you're going to be able to get it off of there. Now, I've worked on Jaguars before. I'm a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working on cars since I was 11. All right?
All right.
You might take a peek at how it's mounted to the roof, and if it looks like you can transpose left to right mounts, take the left one, mount it on the right side, take the right one, mount it on the left side, flop the sticker to the roof.
Interesting. Darren,
that's what you were saying,
from Homegrown, who's been smoking weed since he was 11, came up with that a half hour ago off the air.
Yeah.
But the problem is, Eric, and Eric, I got to apologize to you because this is an actual answer here. The problem is there's light up vanity mirrors on the backside of them. So now I can't flip-flop them.
Okay, that's cool, because that would be, like I said, I've worked on older Jaguars.
All right, so, that's cool means that's not going to work?
Yeah, that's why he didn't know.
I understand. All right, buddy.
Anyway, I just thought,
no, that was a good try. I apologize.
You should.
All right, let's not press it now, Jeff. All right. We'll go back to turning those wrenches.
Oh, you have a good time.
All right.
Bye.
All right. That was a nice try.
That was good.
Nice try. Well, of course, you think it's genius, right? Sure.
Absolutely.
Your idea. Bill?
Yeah?
You're 19?
Yeah, this is me. I've got a question. I heard on the show a lot you guys mentioned how getting married at 18 isn't a good idea. Why?
Well, what do you think the probability of divorce is for people that are married when they're 18?
I honestly don't know.
It's like 80.
Do they know, Drew?
It's extremely.
True,
I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it is.
Well, have you heard reports?
Yes. I can't quote the number, but it is spoken of as though it's close to 100%. The probability of you have a higher probability of being attacked by a terrorist than having your marriage survive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you should hope to be attacked by a terrorist?
Right, and get married at 18.
So that your marriage can be salvaged?
Exactly.
Whew, honey, we dodged a bullet.
Yeah, it's just something that has a very high statistical problem. And given the way people develop these days and the kinds of family systems they're coming out of, the people that are choosing to get married so early are usually looking for sort of a rescue or an escape from their family of origin. And all this adds up to bad reasons to get married.
Well, my girlfriend and I have both come from great families, nothing wrong with them, any of that kind of stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
So
you're living in Phoenix, huh?
Yeah.
You can't be too bright. What's it, about 130 there now?
It was 112 today, I think.
Oh, nice cool day.
Nice day.
Yeah.
And
Put a
it's
sweater
the
on.
monsoon.
And the
And it's
monsoon.
the monsoon, so it's about 60% humidity.
Yeah.
I remember.
I couldn't imagine. I like to torture myself by thinking of guys who work construction, and they go, oh, well, you start at 4 in the morning and you knock off about 1. But believe me, it's plenty hot at 1 o'clock, too, when you're knocking off. I mean,
I thought they knocked out. They start like 3 and at 11.
no, they start at you can't work in the dark.
Oh, I thought that they put lights up.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they do it in Vegas or something. They work on a casino, but maybe it's like a 24-hour type shift. But regular sort of construction stuff. And then they start at like 5 and knock off at like noon. But how brutal is that crap?
We were just there on the Warp Tour.
In Phoenix?
I was sweating in places that I didn't know.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's painful. I don't know who would subject themselves to that.
It was really bad.
It doesn't
People
get
love
any
that.
better at night either.
Mm-mm.
It's uncomfortable at night.
I think it's more uncomfortable at night than it is in the daytime.
Because you expect it to be cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We were talking about who would do that, and Drew can't figure out who it would be. Tom?
Yeah.
You're 26?
Well, actually, I'm 36, but she wanted me to be 26. I guess it's better for the listeners.
Yeah.
Okay, I got the Perseus questions.
Oh, all right.
About Pegasus?
Yeah.
All right. You want a definitive answer?
All right, hold on a second. I'm a little put off about his, but she wanted me to be 26 is better for the listeners. What is that? What do you do? Tara, what do you talk? What's this guy talking about? You tell him to be 26? Brian, what's up? I'm talking to my phone screeners right now.
I think his girlfriend said that he should be 26.
Is that what it is?
I think he lied, yeah, actually.
Well, our phone screener could have told him be 26 and don't make the show sound old. But I think that implied not talking about it on the air, too, wouldn't you say?
Whatever. I guess.
No talent, ass clown.
All right, go ahead.
All right, I got the answer for you.
For who rode Pegasus?
Okay, it doesn't say. Okay, yeah, I got the guy who rode Pegasus. Pegasus. Okay, when Perseus killed Medusa, the winged horse Pegasus sprang from her blood. Prince Bellerophon tamed the fantastic beast and took him to Lycia to kill the Chimera. When the
This
prince
was what
rode,
the other guy told us.
No, he didn't get it in. Well, he got a little of this, but he was having trouble with the names.
Yeah, okay, it's Bellerofon.
Bellerophon. Remember he said
Right.
Bellerophon.
Okay, then he rode up to Mount Olympus, and Zeus sent him to fly.
Oh, he did go to Mount Olympus.
Yeah, he did. He went up to Mount Olympus, and then Zeus sent a fly to string Pegasus, who flew the prince off.
Asshole. How high were these Greeks? Were they just continuously high? Like, well, what went on with this stuff, Drew? These guys just sit around, just smoke weed all day long and make up like crazy high stories. Like, were they just eating mushrooms all day? Talking about the blood of the the blood was spilled, and from the blood sprang forth the winged horse who went up to Mount Olympus, and then Zeus, the god of thunder, sent them that. Well, how high were these guys?
I don't know. Try explaining it to your 6-year-old.
Free association of the primitive human mind.
These guys just sat around, must have just smoked dope all day and just eating mushrooms.
I think they did.
Okay, and then the thing that's funny, too, is now we sort of buy into it a little bit, like, oh, Zeus. Oh,
Right.
I see.
Well,
I see.
that's Zeus.
Thor. Neptune, the king of the sea. Yes, I see. Interesting. A trident? Yeah. Like these guys really were around or something.
Yeah.
I mean, we might as well really just talking about, like, Aquaman and Wonder Woman. Really? Isn't that really what we're talking about here? Okay. Well, why do people look up people who know that mythology? You're like a genius. You know the difference between didn't Hercules live up on Mount Olympus
At one time?
Well, he did, because in the cartoon he'd go Mount Olympus. He'd come down from Mount Olympus. He'd kick some ass, and then he'd go back up to Mount Olympus again. You know.
Was that a cartoon?
That's the story.
Did they make a cartoon?
In the 60s.
Hercules. There's like a bad 60s cartoon, and he had this stupid centaur that played the pan flute and repeated everything. Hey, Herc! Hey, Herc! That's a cop-out, by the way, when you're doing a cartoon where the guy repeats. It's like, hey, half as much dialogue. It's easy. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You want to sing the song?
Maybe sing the first few notes. I might get it.
Hercules, people are safe when near him. Hercules, only the evil fear him. Fighting for his life, fighting with his might, with the strength of 10. ordinary men.
Hercules.
I was even at age like 9, I was curious of why they threw in the word ordinary before the 10. I couldn't just say 10 men. That is sort of downgrade them to average.
The music needed to work out.
Oh, I see. It's ordinary. Didn't sound like a great time. And also, could 10 guys, if they pooled their strength, fly down from Mount Olympus? I don't think so.
Lift the Earth on its axis?
No. It'd take like 14 guys to do that. Drew, you're absolutely right. Yeah, actually get the Earth to start spinning the other way so you could turn back time. That's like, you're talking about at least a football team, right? All right, should we take a little break?
You want to just finish with John here real quick?
No.
All right.
Well, what was his thing?
He wants to talk to you about attorneys again.
Okay, well, listen, we'll take a little break.
All right.
And then we'll come back with Homegrown after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. Homegrown is our guest tonight. Kings of Pop is the name of the CD. Warped is the name of the tour. Adam and Darren are both in here. Hello. And maybe you guys, for your next CD, can cover the Hercules song.
Nice.
It's not a bad idea.
We'll do that for you.
You know, I think it was the way back in the day, the Dickies covered Gigantor.
Oh, that's right.
And that was a hit for them.
Right. Gigantor, the space age robot.
He's at your command. Yeah. Yeah, guys, listen, I'm saying the Dickies were smart enough to do it in like 1979, 1980. It's time for another band to step up and cover
Hercules.
A song. Yeah, the Hercules
John,
song.
what's going on? Felix the cat worked too. John?
Yeah.
What's up?
Adam was mentioning about people that bring bogus lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that they should not be able to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they can't. They're called vexatious litigants.
Right.
And there's, if the other side just makes a motion to show that they didn't have probable cause, and they can be subject to injunctions and attorney's fees. Injunction basically means that they're put out of court. They can't bring their lawsuit.
How often does that actually happen?
Yeah, I mean, there's people who have 25 lawsuits.
Crazy lawsuits, too.
Well, you know, the other side has to bring a motion. So how often it happens, I'm not sure. But people get reputations around the courthouses, at least in the state.
Well, I mean, here would be my policy if I was a judge or an attorney, which is, look, if I see a guy come up and he's got, let's say he's got 5 lawsuits in the last, just his whole life, he's guilty. He's out. He's done.
That's a lot. Well, actually, that would be the general consensus.
Good. And so you're saying they're not really allowed to factor that in, are they?
Yeah, the other side, absolutely. I mean, if somebody's in the courthouse all the time bringing bogus lawsuits, then the other side, if they're on their toes, should know about it.
Right, but I mean, there's certain stuff like, I know this isn't the same case, but like the fact that O.J. had a history of beating on his wife was not admissible in the death of his wife, which to me is nuts. That should be the number one thing you look at. The guy's got a long history of beating on his wife, and now he's killed her. I don't understand why certain things that seem so germane are not admissible. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I mean, when I was in law school, I was told a phrase that kind of freaked me out until I actually got out and started practicing, and that was, in a court of law, the truth and the facts don't really have any place. So, you know, I mean, oftentimes what goes on in a courtroom isn't about justice and equity.
Right. It's about it's about technically sort of winning within the rules of the law.
No doubt, and making money.
Right. And thanks for calling, John. It's interesting because people will say, like, you know, I remember with the whole O.J. thing, the conversation sort of turned to, look, it's not whether he did it or not. It's within a reasonable doubt. Can these people all agree, or within a shadow of a doubt, or whatever the hell the terminology is, agree that this guy's guilty based on the evidence that was presented? And the answer is no. So it's like we've lost sight of whether people actually did whatever they did or not. And here's my second idea. And this is the other idea. That's I sit home all night and I watch these shows about all these criminal cases and all the money. Think about all the money that's wasted. Now, here's my next plan. And this is... I'm going to develop this as soon as I'm done with the dogs. in my heated sofa. Okay.
Can we be a part of this?
Yes, this you can be a part of. Right. I would like all of the world's scientists to go to work on a lie detector
that works.
That is foolproof. It's probably not that tough. Knowing what we know about the brain and knowing what we've learned just in the last few years, the technology that we have medically and from a criminal standpoint, we could focus on this full time, and here's what it would be. There'd be no more lawyers, and there'd be no more judges, and there'd be no more courts. It would all just be, if O.J., we think you killed your wife. Now, we hook you up to this machine. We do it this afternoon. You don't have to have an attorney present, and we'll videotape the whole thing, and that's it. We asked. Now, here's the deal. It's like the breathalyzer. You get pulled over, and the cop says, I think you're drunk, blow into this thing, and you say, no. All right, that's an admission of guilt. Now you're going in. So if you don't want to take this lie detector, you go in. But you take it that afternoon, and it's done. Everybody. We just take it, and we come up with technology. We test the technology. We make sure it's basically foolproof. We all agree on it. We all sign off on it, and then it's done. Every case, every one of these murder cases, every one of these cases, I mean, every case basically boils down to someone saying, I think you did something. No, I didn't. Well, this is it. The guy says, no, he didn't. Pow. He's hooked up. That's it. Pow. It's done like that. I think we could do this. Couldn't we do this? Mm-hmm. I think we could figure this out.
The jails would be very full, though, I think, because there's a lot of lawyers that get guys out of doing stuff.
But, you know, I don't want the guys who the attorneys get out of doing stuff to get out, and I don't want the guys who didn't do anything in there. And this, to me, would settle that. And people would be like, well, but listen, this thing may be 99.9% accurate, but what about that one person? Well, really, do you really think the system as it stands, where's O.J., playing golf? Where is O.J. now? Did we execute him, or has he got a tea time tomorrow at 7 a.m. somewhere in Florida? You really think we're at 99.9 now? You think there's not a whole bunch of black dudes on death row right now in Texas who probably didn't do anything except for they were drunk in the wrong place at the wrong time and had a bad public defender? What percentage are we at now? I bet we could take a lie detector that currently exists and just hook it up that's probably at 95% and just work it based on that solely. Yeah. We act like the system that's in place is working 100% of the time and it's foul-proof. No, it's expensive, it's costly, it's cumbersome, it takes up a lot of time, and it's probably 60% at best. Why don't we do this? I'll tell you why. Because the people who have to agree on doing it would be out of a job if we did implement the Ace Carolla system, and that's why the pussies will never do it. And let's face it, attorneys, judges, these people can't do anything. They have no discernible skills. If not this, then nothing. Do you know what I mean? They're not like carpenters. They can't actually do anything. They can't build anything. All they can do is do this. And if they're out of this, they can do this and run for public office when they're done being the attorney. And these are the people we'd need to sign off on this, and they'll never do it. But think about the money we would save. Think about the court system. Wouldn't this be great? You watch these shows, 2020, you watch these news shows. Every week there's some guy behind bars. He's on death row, and I'm not sure if he did it. Nobody knows. They never found enough evidence. He's still there. We may kill him. I can't figure it out. The Ace Carolla lie detector.
That's really catchy, too. Ace Carolla.
Yeah, it has a name like a detective.
Yeah. I can see that on infomercials already.
That's sharp.
Just get out the Ace Carolla.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could really work. Why not? You don't think we could figure this out?
That's a good idea.
It is.
Yeah, and wouldn't you be satisfied with 99%?
Much like the pill,
I'd
be satisfied.
Right, we get 99.96%.
Yeah, and we'd have something, there'd be some provision for death. Like if you failed it and you're on, and that was a crime punishable by death, we'd have one more hoop to jump through. Just to make sure we didn't kill anybody. Then we'll give him a trial. Then we'll give him a trial. All right, there you go. We can't put you in the chair without that. All right, good times. Let's straighten this world out real quick. All right, we'll take a little break. Homegrown is here. We'll be right back. All right, everybody. I want everyone to go out and get that Homegrown CD. Kings of Pop, everybody. And see the folks of Homegrown Dan, John, Adam, and Darren over in the parking lot of the Warped Tour, which is over in the Coliseum parking lot, and then going to San Francisco and just find out where the Warped Tour is going to be and go see the Warped Tour. And you can say hi to our Boston buddies while you're there, too.
Nice.
Thanks, guys. Oh, yeah, good guys. Appreciate you coming in tonight. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. But how about a unicorn, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that?
An animal?
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Wilkins Ingold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.